What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Jurassic World analysis after 6 months. It's honestly been a while since I've made one of these, as I just said. I figured we'd bring them back with one of the biggest debates in the franchise. Closer than D-Rex versus Indominus, closer than Spino versus T-Rex. And that is Giganotosaurus versus Spinosaurus. Now, before we begin, I want to explain exactly how I'm doing this matchup, because I know someone's already halfway through typing a hate comment. Let me explain. So for this analysis, I'll be using the strongest interpretation of each dinosaur, but I'll also be taking feats from every canon variant or ancestor into account. So for Giganotosaurus, our main representative will be the prologue Dominion Giganotosaurus, better known to fans as Joker. Because, yeah, apparently looks like a Batman villain. I'm not sure how. But I'll also be including Seb's best feats because, well, he had far more screen time than the Prologue Giga, who had, probably 2 minutes of screen time at best. For Spinosaurus, we're using Asset 87 from Camp Cretaceous Season 4 and 5, while also considering what the original Jurassic Park 3 younger sub-adult Spinosaurus accomplished. With that out of the way, subscribe, and let's get into it. Starting with Giganotosaurus, Joker has probably the most ridiculous feat in Jurassic history. For the shortest screen time of any large carnivore, he effortlessly took down a powerful T-Rex from 65 million years ago. This, at the height of the Cretaceous, was likely the strongest T-Rex ever seen in the franchise. Think about that. Not a cloned Rex, not an old washed out Rexy. The peak of a Cretaceous paleo-accurate T-Rex with a bone-crushing bite was effortlessly taken out by Joker. Now let's look at Spino. Asset 87 is a bit of a weird case because for a lot of Chaos Theory, well, most of it, he was under mind control, which, let's be honest, is probably the biggest nerf in Jurassic history. The poor guy spent half the series acting like he'd forgotten he was the most dangerous predator ever cloned, for God's sake. Even then, still, I think this is a very impressive feat. He nearly killed Big E.T., crushing into his neck. He didn't even have to use his claws, keep in mind. He could just chomp down on him. That is incredibly impressive, considering Big E.T. is, in my opinion, the strongest T-Rex in the whole franchise. I genuinely think Big E.T. is stronger than Rexy, Ember, and Buck. But, yeah. And earlier in his life on Isla Sorna, a Asset 87, aka Smock, also killed Bull, who has consistently been treated as being roughly the same level as Buck from The Lost World, although I personally think Buck's superior, so both animals have outstanding strength feats. I still think Joker takes this category, but not by too much. Now, when it comes to how fast and agile they are, this is where things get interesting. Dominion's adult Giganotosaurus, which I'll call Seb, has actually been confirmed to be faster than the Spinosaurus, as we also saw in Chaos Theory. As I recall, it could go up to 32 miles per hour. It's a pretty significant advantage. Well, Joker himself never has any opportunity to show outright sprinting speed. Seb gives us a good indication of what the species is capable of. Asset 87 certainly isn't slow either, but compared to the Giganotosaurus, I don't think he has the same level of mobility on land. He definitely excels in the water, however. The point goes to Giganotosaurus. Now, when it comes to how durable and their pain threshold, I think this is very close. Seb endured multiple attacks from Rexy in Chaos Theory in the big final one when he was getting 2v1'd and bullied by Rexy and Theory. However, it's important to remember that when Rexy eventually defeated him in Chaos Theory for a small scrap in the valley, Seb was at a clear disadvantage because he was ambushed by Rexy rather than a fair one-on-one fight. If that was the case, a fair fight, then Seb would easily mid-diff. That definitely deserves mentioning because of context that matters. Now for me, Asset 87 meanwhile had some incredible durability feats. He survived being engulfed in fire as only a sub-adult in Jurassic Park 3. He's tanked repeated Tyrannosaurus bites to the neck, keep in mind, especially from Bull, Big and Little E.T. And despite everything thrown at him, he just keeps coming back. Personally, I'd actually give durability to Asset 87, and honestly, this may be glazed, but by a solid margin. Now, when it comes to general intelligence and also their adaptability, I would also give Spino the edge. He's adapted to a desert from the tropical jungles of Sorna. He can still, well, he swims, so that's a very good feat, and also has general higher IQ. It can track track down T-Rex using its urine, for God's sake. That's ridiculously good. It's also it's a better T-Rex killer, because, you know, it has been known to track down T-Rexes and kill them. Whereas Giganotosaurus is definitely in its prime. Seb is defo in his prime in Dominion. However, I just don't think he quite has as much experience in killing opponents, rather than Spinosaurus, who is pure evil and even does it for the hell of it and to assert dominance. Whereas Giganotosaurus does seem to have a lot more mercy on opponents, even letting Rexy go. I guarantee you, if that was Asa 87, he would have killed Rexy on the spot at the start of Chaos Theory. So who wins then? For me, this is the closest one in history, but it's the prologue Giganotosaurus is stronger. But this is absolutely not a stomp. In fact, I call this one, like I just said, closer than anything I've ever ranked before. Joker has the edge in raw power, and Giganotosaurus as a species appears to be faster than Spino. However, Asa 87's durability is genuinely incredible, and I think he'd push Joker to his absolute limit. This certainly would not be a clean victory, and it would be very, very brutal. I'd even go as far to say as Joker would die from his injuries shortly after the fight, after winning. So my final verdict, and if you agree or not, Giganotosaurus wins with extreme difficulty. With water, Spinosaurus mid-dips. My final ranking is Joker, Prologue Giganotosaurus first. Second is Asa 87 from Camp Cretaceous. Third is Seb from Dominion. And fourth is the sub-adult Jurassic Park 3 Spino. Those are my rankings. But now that I've finished rambling, yeah, I'm not finished yet, I want to hear your opinions. Do you agree that Joker is the strongest non-hybrid terrestrial carnivore ever? Or do you think Spino deserves that title? Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more, I really appreciate you dropping a like and subscribing. We're very close to 1,600, and yeah, huge thanks for all the support. Goodbye.